Good morning. I just looked over and some frames have dropped. Don't let that be a thing. Don't let that be a thing. Ugh. We went bowling last night. My back hurt much. How's everybody doing? Sorry, I'm finishing off some it's kind of like a parfait, but it's just yogurt and granola. No fruit. I mean, the granola has some, like, little chunks of freeze-dried fruit or whatever in it, but no extra added fruit. Applebee! How's everybody? This music, Hades, is so intense. Hey, chill out a bit. It was so intense. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing alright. I did a video. Well, I recorded stuff for a video. Hello, New Yorker. I'm not a New Yorker, but hello, welcome on in. How you doing? I recorded stuff for a video, and Hi, Puppy! I don't know what you want from me. Come here. Find me live on YouTube and move to our Twitch. Watch wherever it is cool for y'all. How are you doing? Yeah, I did a crochet video. Well, I recorded a crochet challenge video of sorts. Oh, I'm walking here. That's why. No, you're right. You're right. I understand now. I forget half the stuff that I do. Tobias, come here. You got gunk in your eye. Let me clean it. Come here. You guys ever have that with cats where it's like they those, like, cats will sit there and they want you to, like, you know, give them attention, but it's like, okay, come here. You have like 3 steps, but then they'll plop and stay where they're at and expect you to go to them. Tobias, a handsome boy. Hold on, let me see if I can escort him to his food bowl. Maybe that's what he wants. Is not what he wants. Okay. I have Tobias down on my lap. Ow. Right. Yes, you were so fast. What did I do? Yeah, so this week I was recording for a video for my second channel, a crochet video, which was really fun. It was like themed granny squares. Hi, Bubby. So I have I don't want to spoil anything, but it may be themed after certain TV show / actual play that I watch all the time. But I had my thing, and then for each character, I made a granny square that was a representation of them, of each character. And I have to say, a bunch of them were surprises. Didn't expect some of them to turn out as good as they did. Some of them a little disappointed. But you know, there'll be more details obviously in the video. But it was a lot of fun though, because I started it on last Saturday. And I did 2.5 on the first day. And then I finished the half and 1 on the Sunday. And I was like, okay, I can't keep going at this pace of trying to do 2 or 3 a day. I'm gonna do 1 a day because, you know, I have a day job, got a social life. I got things to balance. So I'm like, I will crochet when I can, but only have myself do one a day for the rest of the week. And it was a good decision on my part. I think the Friday, so 2 days ago, Friday, I ended up doing the last two on that day because they were fairly simple, and I'd finished work a bit early, so I was like, cool, let me just work on these. And I did. I did all of them. So in the span of 7 days, I made 10 granny squares. Don't know what I'm doing with them. I put them in a bag. Maybe when the whole thing is quote-unquote done. This was like a part 1. If it goes well, I'll do a part 2. Or even not, maybe I'll still do the part 2 even if it doesn't go well. Because, you know, trying to get noticed in this age of algorithms and stuff is hard as shit. But I'll do it. But yeah, but definitely will. I guess it all depends on how easy editing goes. It took forever to get the files from my phone because I don't have a camera. From my phone to the computer. And now I have to go through the editing process. I'm going to do that this week. But I'm also going to try a different... Well, this is more of a challenge than the last week wasn't really a challenge, but... I'm going to do a week of writing, because, like, I haven't been writing at all, and I want to, and so I figured, you know what, if I do it for a video, maybe it'll help me get it done. So I haven't decided yet if I want to do, like, 1,500 words a day, because, like, November used to be National Novel Writing Month. The organization that was formerly known as that is now gone because of reasons that they deserve to be gone for, because that is just shady shit. But now that they're gone, you know, there's no official National Novel Writing Month anymore, kind of thing. There are people who are like trying to make their own thing and fill that gap, but you know, doing their stuff. And I was for myself just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. Didn't happen because I got sick when we got back from our vacation. And oh my gosh, and so I was just like, I'm too tired and exhausted. And I was getting consumed by, you know, crochet. So I want to crochet everything. I have to start my Christmas crocheting. Imagine you have a full-time job, couldn't be me. Yeah. You know, you gotta have one. If you're lucky enough to have one, gotta have one. Because bills and being an adult. Ow. Here. I'm trying to take this. This clip is so tiny. I usually don't wear my hair down, and so I wore it like half down yesterday because we went out bowling for Ark's friend's birthday, and I was like, you know, my hair's freshly washed, let me wear it down. And I did, and I had like half of it up, like the front parts were pulled back. But then near the end, because we were bowling and it was getting warm, I was wearing a sweater that I made, a handmade sweater. I ended up putting all of my hair up because it was just warm. And I don't like the feeling of my hair on my neck all that much. At least I haven't re-exposed myself to having it that way. But my hair's so, like, curly and untamed. And I'm just like, can't be bothered. I'm gonna go grab a different clip so I can put my hair back up. 1 second. I have been playing a new game. A game called Winterboro. Ow. Winterboro is such a cute game, but it's also kind of like, oof, a little heavy. You're gonna tell me you like Hollow Knight. I did stream it for a bit. I do like Hollow Knight. Oh, it's great. But yeah, Winterboro, it's a single-player survival game. And it's cute, but also a little like, oh, hope. What is that? But you know, you're trying to make the best out of it. I guess because it's... here we go. A Winterboro is a cozy woodland survival game about a mouse returning home to restore their childhood burrow, explore, gather resources, craft, knit warm sweaters, bake pies, and meet the locals. But it's like you're also in a perpetual winter, I think it is. I'm not sure if it's perpetual, but it's just like, oh, and then like people are getting lost in the it's just like it's got that isolating feel I love in certain types of games where it's like I feel like I'm the only person out here and I'm alone. But then when you do meet another person, you're like, oh my god, there's life out there! And then I recently came across a corpse of somebody, you know, of another mouse, and I was like, oh, that's sad. So yeah, so just be prepared for lurk mode activate. Thank you so much for the lurk. Enjoy your insane thing. But it's a really fun game, and it's got that, you know, the progression feels of like I'm slowly progressing, doing all this stuff, and it's great. And yeah. The story starts off sad too, so it's like, ah. But yeah, really fun game. I got it on the Switch. That way I could play it. Like, I was going to play it handheld, but a bunch of the text is so small that I can't properly read it. I started playing it on the big screen now. When I say the big screen, I mean on the TV. And I've just been playing it on the TV. And it's been fun. I like playing things out on the TV. Like, I don't mind playing on the computer, but it's like I spend all my time in this chair doing, like, everything else. So it's like, I like playing games and doing stuff not on my computer. Yeah, I don't think anything else big happened. Other than I just finally finalized my Christmas list for crafting, because I'm going to be crafting all my Christmas stuff. All my Christmas gifts this year. It's not a lot. I don't buy for a lot of people. I mean, I don't gift for a lot of people. Oh, wait. There's a couple more I gotta add to the list. It's just to say I'm going to be making a lot of hats. But yeah. I think that's it for this week, really. We've been playing D&D. Oh yeah. So, so I like D&D. D&D's fun. D&D's fine. D&D is, you know, cool. I love campaigns that like subvert the usual crap that happens in D&D. Example number one, there was one campaign that I played with that like every adventure we got to play new characters because our character essentially was like some minor celestial being thing, and we would go searching for these like fragments of whatever for our creator, and we would go to different worlds, and we would inhabit different bodies when we got there because we had no physical form. We would inhabit bodies of recently deceased people, and we would play different new characters every time. So there was, you know, what was that one? Rat Race? That movie? Basically, there was like a world where that was essentially happening, and I was an Owlin. There was a black and white world, and I was a Dragonborn. And you get to be a new you know, racing class, and of course we progressively got, you know, level up. And also, if we were successful in our missions, we would get a boon that would, like, a minor version of one of the abilities we had from our previous, from that world or whatever. So, like, one ability that I had in this one world, I was a druid, a weather druid or something. I don't remember. And after we left and were successful, I carried on an ability that had to do with, like, rolling luck at the beginning of the day or whatever. I forget what it was. So that carried on and stuff. So it got cool. It was cool. It was different, and it kept my ADHD brain interested and involved. Like, not that normal, quote unquote normal D&D where it's just like, cool, you're playing thing and doing stuff. Isn't fun, but it's more engaging for me. So I recently joined a second campaign. We're playing 2024, 5e 2024. First time ever playing this, and so it's a little different, but we're all still learning. And we started off with just going through the motions of usual D&D stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. And then we have, our mission is we have to go to, like, different planes in order to, like, stop these basically incarnations, or not incarnations, but yeah, like the physical manifestations of these evil, the seven deadly sins or whatever. And so we go to this, we're going to the Earth plane. I'm like, cool, it's gonna be, I don't know, rocky and shit here. We go in, and it's like, oh, we're in a forest. And I'm like, what? Okay. And then he starts saying some other things, and then it pops in my head. I'm like, oh my god. And then he describes the fact that we're all either covered in fur or feathers or a bug. And we're like, what? And we're I guess there's a Root RPG that I didn't know about. I just knew the Root board game, but he is essentially implementing some stuff from that. And so while in this world, we're animals. And I'm like, this is so fucking sick, man. And it's giving Kingdom Hearts, and I love it. And I'm like, this is so great. And so we have all these extra cool little abilities. And I'm a chicken. I'm a fucking chicken. I am a black-feathered, angry chicken with swords. I was freaking out. It's so exciting. I'm so happy. This is gonna be so much fun. And I can't wait to see what the other worlds are gonna be like. Or the other planes are gonna be like. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, people, if you're doing TTRPGs, you don't have to be limited to just one system. It'll be so much fun. I can't wait. I think we have... I don't know if we have a session next week. But I know when December comes, we're calling it quits until the new year. Probably. I know for both of my D&D, we're... At least for the first... My I call it D&Dandy. Because Dandy, friend of the channel, is the DM. So I call it D&Dandy. Is definitely cutting off for December because of the holiday. And then this one also might too. So. But that's fine. But it's so much. I'm so excited. My back. My back hurts from bowling. I did pretty good with bowling. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was so shocked on how good I was at bowling. I'm like, I'm not that. Like, other people are also hitting around my thing, but I guess it's because I have the fancy, quote unquote fancy, like, you know, the way I like throw my leg to the back and whatever to the side to keep my balance when I throw. That's what people are like, oh my gosh, he's got form. He's got form. bitches got form. But yeah. it's so fun so far, and I'm excited for more D&Ds. Yeah, so this week I'm going to try to write in between everything. I'm not sure how successful I will be comparatively being able to do like a week of crochet. You know what I'm saying? Also, where are we gonna land at the end of this week? I have to start doing like Christmas. Okay, so it's the 23rd. I only really have to mail 2 of the gifts that I'm making. I might start with those first, so I can get them done and sent. Yeah. I still gotta purchase these patterns though, but that's fine. Yeah. I can only imagine how much it's gonna cost to ship those. Oh la 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 la. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be worth. I'm excited to make them. I'm excited to craft and make things for people. Who's ready to code? I'm ready to code. Let's get into it. Alright, Hades, calm down. Calm down. Let me... What am I looking for? I am looking for... What am I looking for? Sorry, my brain... I'm getting distracted by everything. Okay, hold on. We are going to... Playlists. We are going to... Game dev tutorial. We are going to... Match 3. And then I'm finding... Match 3 list. Bam. Where do we leave off? We did tweens and we did detecting a match. Okay. Hold on while I launch Godot. I still have like a lingering cough. Phlegm in my throat. All right. All right, let me show you what we've got going on. So last we left off, we learned how to make clean movements. So like this, so they're all moving. This is a little less jarring than the one that he uses by default, but it's cool. And then we also learned how to detect matches by making it change shades. Then when you undo it, it stays that way, but aha. But yeah, so that's what we did. It was a short stream last week because I was weak, and also I really had to go to the bathroom as soon as I got near the end of stream. So I was like, ah. Okay, so this is where we're currently at. I'm going to drop the links in the chats for both chats. And we're going to be doing part 10 called movement tweak. Sorry, I'm just quickly checking. Yeah, there's so many parts to this. So like I mentioned before, do this for maybe a couple more weekends, and then I want to actually try making a game from scratch without a tutorial. And that's going to be the plan. All right. Okay, we got the stream up so y'all can see. I've got the video poised and ready. And I've got the chats visible to see. Let us begin.
Okay, welcome back. So this week's videos are going up just a little bit late. It's back to school time for me, so sorry about that. Once the next week or two go by, I should be back to getting these new videos out on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But until then, you'll have to bear with me for a little bit.
All right,
the first thing I want to do is I want to address an issue that came up with the way that the movement is coded. And it's a super quick fix, and I don't know why I did it the way I did it.
Oh, okay.
I wrote myself a note here to tell me how to fix it. So we're gonna go over this. Don't worry, because I have this all coded. We're gonna.
Well, hold on. Where are we at? If func touch input.
Talk about it. So the way that I had it before, or the way that I have had it up until now, inside of the grid, inside of the touch input script, this is where the issue is. There's some weird stuff that can happen here. So
okay, yeah, I've had some weird stuff happen while doing this.
If UI touch is pressed, which means if they're clicking or touching the screen, then we're setting first touch. Then for some reason I created another variable that I called grid position. I don't know why I did that. And then we're checking to see if it's in the grid. If it's in the grid, then we're controlling. And then when we let go, we're setting final touch, again, grid position. We're checking to see if it's in the grid. If it is in the grid, then we're doing this. But we shouldn't even be setting first touch if it's not in the grid, and that's causing some issues.
Oh.
So the way I want to change this is, this is just my notes to myself, so please disregard it for just a second. So the way I want to change it is, let's actually just clear out this if statement really fast.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch him do it first, and then I'll do it, because oftentimes when I follow along directly, it don't work out for me too well.
We can do Command Z or Control Z to undo it. So what I want to do first is I want to check to see if the position of the mouse is in the grid, mouse or finger, whatever the case may be. So we're going to say if is in grid, and what we want to check to see if it's in the grid is the global mouse position X and the global mouse position Y. Changing that from pixel to grid. So if is in grid, and we want to change pixel to grid, get global mouse position dot X, get global mouse position dot Y. Yep, so we want to change that to pixel to grid. We want to see if that's in the grid. Here. Is that right? Or do I need to do... Yeah, I do need to do that whole thing, because is in grid right now takes 2 arguments. Let's change that. Let's make it so it only takes 1 argument.
It's changing so much!
I'm going to change this from column to row. I'm going to have this be just grid position. So this takes 1 argument, and instead of using column, I'm going to use grid position.x. So I'm just going to copy this really quickly here so I can replace column with it, because I'm lazy. So grid position.x, grid position.x, and then I want row to be grid position.y and grid position.y. So I'm just going to replace these.
My God.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Bon. Welcome in. How you doing? Hi, coding. I'm Bon.
So now that takes
He's
one
changing
argument
so
instead
much
of
in the
two, which is going to make
code.
my life a little bit easier.
Okay, go back. Go back. Okay. So what he did, he's changing this input thing, which I showed last week that it still does have a little bit of issues, and he acknowledges like, yo, there's a little bit of issues when we do it this way. Don't know why I did it this way, so we're gonna fix it. But he also fixes some stuff up here, and then he fixes stuff up here. So I'm gonna do the stuff up here first because it's smaller. So our function right here, if is in grid, he changed this to grid position. Hold on. Hold on. It's turning red on me. Grid position. Also turning red. Great movie. Right? X? Yes. X. X. And then grid position dot Y. Grid position dot Y. Okay. And then he's changing stuff in here.
So now that takes one argument instead of two, which is going to make my life a little bit easier.
I love making my life easier, bro.
The only place that was using grid position is that. Okay, cool. Oh man, that's a mess. We need.
Yeah, that's a mess of code. It was funny. He rolled down to, what was it? Let me show you. He scrolled down to this. He's like, oh my God, that's a mess. I'm like, yeah, no shit, this is a mess, dude. Like, I am one for nesting my code, but goddamn, this is a fucking mess. Just waking up, me too. I woke up maybe 50 minutes before going live. So I'm still technically waking up too, but I hope you've been doing well. It's been a while. I hope everything's been going all right for you.
That up. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah, this is a fucking mess,
so
bro.
I want to do if is in grid, pixel to grid, global mouse position. Cool. And I don't want to use a semicolon. I want to use a colon. And that red line should go away, and I should get a new one. I do. Cool. So if it's in the grid.
Okay, so I need to change this now. So I need to change. He got rid of first touch. And he got rid of the variable? He got rid of all. He basically got rid of this. Alright, let's. So what he has now is if is in grid, and we get global position dot x, get global position dot y,
Red line should go away, and I don't want to use this.
Why does he have two? Why does he have two? Actually finished the game jam for the first time. Oh my God, how was that? You got 4th place. That is exciting. Congratulations. I've been wanting to try doing a jam, but you know, it's like I don't, because you get matched up with people you don't know, right? Sometimes you find, so you have to like meet people. Oh my gosh, meeting people today's day and age. Oh, you need a colon. It was really fun. Yay! That's so exciting. Good for you. I would like to eventually try to do a game jam. That'd be cool. You know, make tiny games, all that fun stuff. But it's just like the meeting new people. It's hard. And pass. Is that gonna fix this? No, it doesn't. Why?
Semicolon, I want to use colon.
What does he have going on?
And that red line should go away and I should get a new one. I do. Cool. So
If it's in grid. Oh, hold on. I missed a part. If it's in grid. So this is gonna go back. Take this. Hold on. You need pixel to grid. See, this is why I should have done it when he. This only needs one. There we go. We did it. We have that. I usually try it on my own, but never had the motivation. Had a friend who wanted to try. Is why I finally did it in a group. Yay! Sometimes having a person you know go with you into a new situation can definitely help out with meeting new people. Still had to meet new people, but it was friends of friends. So yeah, that makes so much easier when you have like a mediator or go between to like meeting new people. That's really cool. I'm really proud of you. 4th place. I just have like that's so great. Sorry. Ooh.
if it's in the grid, then what I want to do is then I want to set first touch. So first
And we setting first
is equal to pixel
touch.
to grid, get global mouse position dot x, get global mouse position dot y.
Are you just copying? Okay, hold on. Just that. It's just that. It's like if is in grid, then setting first touch to that is what's happening.
And then I want to set controlling to be true.
And then controlling
true. All right, cool. Now, if we're releasing UI touch, again, I don't want to do any of this weird stuff that I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking when I went to meet that video. I'm a weirdo. So if is in grid.
I'm surprised we got 4th. Your first finish, right? Currently I'm following. I put the link in. I didn't pin it though. Let me pin it. And or end of. All right, hide for myself. So we're currently following. I already know it's a match 3, but no clue what that is. A match 3, so like Bejeweled or Candy Crush. Following a tutorial series on how to make one of those. And we've been doing it for a few weeks now, off and on, because I've had like some breaks because we went on vacation and then sickness and stuff. So we're back at it. We're currently on out of this guy goes in so much detail though. It's so much more detail than other tutorials that I've followed, given though this is a lot more, I guess, more complex than the other tutorials that I made, because I've made Snake and I've made Pong and I made Tic-Tac-Toe, and so this one is a lot more involved, but he goes into so much detail, and there's like 70 videos in this series, videos that his playlist that he has. And while following a tutorial has been, you know, great, and I've been messing around and learning some stuff in the engine and stuff, and also given this guy's videos are 7 years old, so this is a newer version of Godot that I'm using, so having to figure out, okay, it's not done that way anymore. I got to figure out how to, you know, do it. And so I go to the comments. People are like, if you're watching it and you're using Godot 4, use this instead. So it's like, cool, awesome, thank you. So learning that stuff, and it's been great. But I feel like I'll learn more and I'll retain more if I make something from scratch on my own and then look up the pieces to make it as I need it. And so I already have an idea of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do this for a couple more weeks until like holiday season hits. And then when holiday season's done, I'm going to stream learning how to make like a game of war or something. I saw that ended a few times lately. Yeah, it's like of the options that there were for like free game deving stuff. They're like, oh, if you know, I like this. This seems pretty cool and accessible and stuff. And yeah, so it's what we're using. What I'm learning. Um, yeah, so in the new year, I'm gonna try to make a because like in computer science class when I was in high school, we were using Turing, and he's like, "Cool, make a game, make a game." He's like, "Pick a game and then make it in the game, like something small." And so my game that I made was the Game of War, and and then you have like your simple code that you start off with, and you slowly build upon it. And so that's what we're essentially been doing with this match 3. We're just doing the small little components step by step, and then adding things in and fixing as you go. My teacher, computer science, broke me. He would break the game so often, or he'd ask for like find edge cases and all this stuff. And he's like, "There you go, you gotta fix it now." I'm like, "Damn you, damn you, sir." So I think it would be easier for me to retain things and such if I was doing a game not following somebody that's giving me all the answers and trying to troubleshoot and figure stuff out for myself as well. So this is great for a starting off point. And I think I might eventually flip-flop between doing the two, like between doing the Game of War the Game of War card game, by the way. I'm not sure if I need to distinct that. And then doing this as well, flip-flopping between the two, but that's going to be the plan in the new year for sure. And for now, this is good. Hold my hand. Show me how to do cool things.
And we need 2 arguments now. And the 2 arguments we need are pixel to grid. And we want to do pixel to grid on get global mouse position.x.
Okay, hold on. So we're getting rid of this. Getting rid of this. Or wait, is he keeping the and parts? Wait.
And get
hold on.
global mouse position.y. So if that's true and we're controlling, cool.
Okay, he kept the controlling part. Okay, so I gotta change this.
Y.
So how he does pixel the grid. Right? Oh, not G pixel. G pixel. And then you can get
So if that's true and we're controlling, cool, then touch difference. Okay, so before we do touch difference, we need to set final position.
hold on, is in grid. Oh, pixel to grid. Might be. Okay, now this is broken though. For position.
And let's actually do controlling equals false like right away. So I'm gonna, right here, I'm gonna say controlling equals false. And then I wanna say final touch is equal.
Oh my god. Like his, the way his code, his screen, like you know how you can see a lot of my text? His is so zoomed in that and his, like not zoomed in, but like his working area is like so tiny compared to mine. And so it's like, okay, what is what of your coding is indented and what of your coding is like not indented? So if wait, okay, so this is supposed to be like this. And it's controlling. Controlling equals false. And final touch.
To pixel to grid. Get global mouse position dot x. Get global mouse position dot y.
I can't keep typing out the same shit over and over again. It's driving me
C background.
insane,
I keep
bruh.
wanting to put semicolons. All right, cool.
Yeah, I looked away. Hold on.
It's my C background. I keep wanting to put semicolons.
He doesn't have a red thing here. Maybe he will. I gotta wait and see if he gets a
All right, cool.
thingy.
So this should be a better way. This should actually fix that bug. So let me just save my scenes here really quickly. Save all
Gonna save a
scenes.
scenes, you're gonna get an error.
Let's hit play. And let's make
Yep,
sure that...
there we go.
All right, so I got an error. Parser error not found on line 106. Oh, because I don't have grid position.
Yeah, because we got rid of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to change the way touch difference works too. So touch difference, oh no, I don't need to change it. It's just grid 1, grid 2, so I just have to have this be first touch, final touch. So yeah, touch difference, and then I don't need to do, yeah, again, what was I thinking?
What were you thinking, bro? I'm glad that
So,
he's like, what was I thinking?
We're setting first touch to be pixel to grid, so this is in grid, like, 2.5 or 0.1. And we're doing the same thing for final touch. So then touch difference requires 2 grid positions. So we can just do first touch, final touch. And then the difference is subtracting the 2. So that should be fine. Let's try it now. Okay, cool. So far, so good. So, yeah. What was happening before is if I made, like, a swap.
Okay. Oh, I don't need a pixel grid, right? I just... Okay, game, hold on. Let me share the game. Hold on. Pulling it up now. Nope, it's not moving. Nothing's moving. I messed up. Because in his video, it's still working, right?
Here by the edge, and then I swapped in from outside, it would take this piece and put it there, and this piece and put it there. It was super weird, and I don't know why I did it the way that I did it. So.
Okay, my game is broke. I gotta rewatch how we did everything. God damn it. Okay.
This is just my notes to myself. So please.
If input, that isn't grid, touch that. Okay, if is in grid, pixel to grid, global. Oh. Oh. I think I found out where I messed up. Get global mouse position, not just get global position. That's all right. I mess I mess up quite often. But I'm glad that this was an easier catch. Still can't believe that whole global, that one stream where I spent 2 hours trying to figure out what went wrong, and the whole time it was like, oh, you forgot to put a minus somewhere. Okay. Now that should work. Oh shoot. Y'all can see double, my bad. Every time. Hey, it works! Okay, yeah, because like before I had the issue that he was talking about for this video where it was like I would click outside here or I would go up like this and then I would oh. Did you whoa. I broke it. I should really get into game testing because I broke it. So what I did was I clicked up from up here and swiped up, and then I went from below and swept up, and that happened. What if the opposite will happen? My mouse is up here, bro. Oh no, I broke it again. I should really get into breaking games. Hire me to break your game. I will break it. But you know what? It's better than what it was before. When it would... See, that's so weird. It went down. I wonder if it goes... Okay, so if I swipe inward from here... How did I do it again? Okay, so I went from out, up, and then... That's how... Okay, so if I went this outwards, and then this inwards... Oh, it does it the opposite way, too. Okay. That is so funny. I used to do that for work. Really fun to go break games. Let me break your game. That's what QA is. It's quality or quality analysis, quality assurance, quality. What QA is. Let me break your games. Oh, I heard there was I don't know which company said it, but there was one game dev company that wanted to use AI to do QA, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Ugh. Stop. I'm just wondering, what if I do this? What if I change the code around? I'm gonna move the control X and put it down here. What if that? So where are first and final touch being defined? Is it here? Yeah. So I'm thinking, yeah. Because when you think about it, okay, walk with me here. Walk with me here. When I do the clicky clicks, so if I start like I did up here, oh my god, I think okay, walk with me here. Let me see if I can try to explain my words properly. Walk with me. Listen to me. So when I click here, so you can see my mouse, here we go. I click here, right? And then I swipe. And so as soon as I click here, the coding, if the code takes that global positioning and inserts it into the variable first touch, right? That's what it automatically does. And then controlling equals true. And then when I go to swipe up, then it checks to see when I release it if that is within the bounds of the game, which it's not. So it's not going to put that as my final touch variable. When I go down here or go anywhere that's off the grid and I click it, it's not going to add that new position to the first touch variable. It's still got the first touch variable from the first time I clicked it. And so when I swipe up and release inside the grid, and then it puts the final touch variable to this current position, and so then it compares the first touch variable from my first click to the final touch variable from my last click, and so that's what causes it to go down. So I wonder if I clicked here, swiped up, And then if I went out and in here, and it moves it to the left, see, it keeps, it doesn't replace the, like it keeps the variable. I think that's why he had before. That might have been what he was thinking at the time in the video, why he had a new variable be defined inside the inside the coding, have a new variable be defined. You know what I'm saying? So at least we know why it's doing that. I'm not gonna worry about trying to fix that. So part of me wants to. Should we try to fix it? Should we try to implement what we've learned and try to fix this? Because I don't want to deviate too far from his coding, but I think I'm going to do a hybrid of what he had before in his old version of the code and with this new version, because that's probably what he was doing in the old code. We're just going to make it a little bit nicer looking. Okay. But even so, even before in the old code, it still had its own different kind of issue. But so that issue is now fixed with the new code, but now this new code has this new issue. But we were able to figure out why it's doing that. So, because I don't want to mess with the variable out here. It's out here. I'm sure it's used in other places. Let's see if it's used in other places. First touch. Is it used in other places? No, it's not. It's only using. So then should I just again, I don't want to break it by because if you define the variable inside the function, it only exists within the function. So I feel like from what little knowledge I have from, okay, I'm gonna hide this now. From what little knowledge I have from this coding experience so far, I feel like in order to fix this, we need to either clear first touch and final touch at the end. Okay, I'm gonna put this back up here because he had it up here. Okay. I think I know what we're gonna do. I think we know what we're gonna do. Okay, hold on. So hold on. I'm just gonna put this back to the way he had it. Okay. Oh, controlling true. How'd you have your coding by the end? You had it down there. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do. So first off, we're always checking this. I want to do an else if. I think an else if is what I want. I don't know how to do it. Like, or an else. I think because else it's if it doesn't, then else. Because I want to reset first touch back to 0, 0. Is that how I... where's it at? Here we go. Okay, so let me go pixel to grid. How does it send that back? Okay, it sends it back as 2 different. Okay. So I'm going to do... Do I just want to do this? That should fix it? Oh, hold on. I clicked here and went up. I broke some. Oh my god, I broke something else. I broke it differently now. Hold on. So I clicked here on this purple one at the pink one at the top, right? And I swipe up. Thing happens. I go below the pink, I swipe up, and then it does that. So I broke it differently. So how do I do an else if? Oh, elif. It's elif. All right, so I have to define stuff though, yeah? Yeah. So elif. How do I want to define that? Equals false? Well, is not allowed inside an expression. Okay, okay, so just doing the else breaks it. Or at least doing what I'm doing with the final touch thing. Or first touch. Some where's it at? This is what I have. And this is what's causing the issue. Oh, I hate that when I close the game preview, it does this. I don't know. But we understand what's happening though. We understand that every time when I swipe up, it's it's keeping the first click from the first. So I understand at least what's happening. I tried a couple. I tried one thing to try to fix it. Didn't fix it, but that's fine. That is a-okay. I tried. And I don't want to change it too much because it could break something in the future, but
software, you'll go back and look at something you did and wonder, what the heck were you thinking? Why did you do it that way? And you'll come up with a much simpler way to do it almost immediately. So if you're planning on working with software at all, please be prepared to go back to stuff you did even a day or two ago and be like, what the heck? All right, cool. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below.
Okay,
You
that's
can follow
one
me on
video.
Twitter
Woohoo!
to find out when I post new videos. You can join my Discord. I haven't been chatting there very much lately because it's back to school for me, but I plan on getting much better about my Discord.
All right, another another 8-minute one. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a small break. My voice is needing of a rest for a moment, but I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Everybody get up, stretch, grab a snack, grab a drink, take your meds if you got them, and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Darby. Hello. I'm back. Okay, so I talked it over actually with, oh my gosh, it's still happening. I talked it over with Ark while I was on break. I was like, and I told him what was happening, and he's like, oh, it sounds like you need to have it so that way if you do click outside of the of the grid, that it just exits whatever it's doing and not worry about finishing the rest of the function. And I'm like, dude, let's try that. So I have touch input is the function. I need to find out where it's called just a minute. It isn't touch input. No, input. Okay. So I think I need to have it an else return. Let's do that. It still does it. What does return mean? Return means that it takes you out, right? Hmm. I don't know. I tried it. That's what I thought, or I tried at least doing what I thought I needed to do to fix it. Ah. It's just gonna be a little broken. It's fine. Cool, but it's fine. It works. DM. It's working! Alright, let's move on. Alright, we're moving on to part 11, destroying pieces. Woo!
Okay, so welcome back. Here's where we left off. We have pieces that we can swap around. They do this cool elastic bounce, and then if we get 3 in a row, it'll detect a match. What we want to do today is make it so that those matches get destroyed. To do this, we're going to use two things. We're going to use a state machine, and we're going to use a timer node. So let's dive right in. So if we take a look at our game window here, the first thing I want to do is add to it a timer node. Let me make this bigger so I can see everything a little bit better. So with my game window highlighted, I'm going to add a timer node.
Okay, we're adding in a timer node here. It exists. Okay, we're starting up to a great start so far.
And I'm going to change the name of this to destroy timer. Destroy underscore timer. I'm going to set my wait time on this to half a second. And I don't want it to be one shot. Well, no, I do want it to be one shot. I don't want it to...
What are you saying it to? Okay, wait time is 0.5.
Auto start. I don't want it to be one shot. Well, no, I do want it to be one shot. I don't want it to auto start.
What?
I'm going to set my wait time on this to half a second. And I don't want it to be one shot. Well, no, I do want it to be one shot. I don't want it to auto start. Now, I want to make a connection between this and my grid. Because I want my grid to be able to start this up. And then once this is started, I want it to be able to send a signal to my grid to tell it to do something. So I'm going to be using one of my favorite parts of Godot, the signal system. So down here in the inspector,
I've used it before.
if you look right next to it, you have a node tab. Node tab allows you to set signals for a node or to put a node into different groups groups are kind of like tags if you're used to Unity. So I'm going to use signals. The most used signal for timers is timeout. So I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going to make a connection. And I might need to change, yeah, I need to change the size of my window because my recording controls are right over it. Okay, so I need to connect. And now I need to choose what I'm connecting it to. I'm connecting it to my grid. And then this is the method it's going to create.
Ooh, okay. So I clicked timeout. I clicked the connect down here. Okay. Oh, it's kind of cut off on the side. Let me see if I can fix that. No, I cannot. I can slide it over a little. Hold on. I kind of want you guys to see. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
So I'm going to just connect it.
Clicked on grid.
Right there. And it'll automatically open up the script I connected it to. I will come back to this in just a second.
Oh yeah, here we go.
So what I want to do is I already have my find matches method here. And what I want to do is I want to make another method that checks to see if any of the pieces are matched, and if they are, freeze them from the queue, which means destroy. So in here, I'm going to do function.
Whoa, where'd you go? Okay, he went here.
So matched, and if they are, what I want to do is I want to, I will come back to this in just a second. So what I want to do is I already have my find matches method here. And what I want to do is I want to make another method that checks to see if any of the pieces are matched, and if they are, freeze them from the queue, which means destroy.
Oh, he collapsed that. I was like, why is it so close together? It's because he collapsed this. Yeah, get rid of it. It's ugly looking. Get it out of my sight. Don't want to see it right now.
So in here, I'm going to do function. We'll call this destroy matched. And what I want destroy matched to do is I want it to go through everything that's in all pieces. So for I and width, and for j and height, if all
The amount of times
pieces
the amount of times in coding that you just repeat writing the same stuff you've done in so many other places. Like the amount of times that I've written for I and width and for j and height. And then if all pieces.
And I'm going to have to start protecting in case something is null. So if all pieces I, j is not equal to null, the reason I have to do that is I'm going to have situations where I can have blank spaces on the board, and I don't want that to muck up any of my logic. So if all pieces ij is not equal to null, then I want to check to see if it's matched. So if all pieces, oops, it would help if I could spell correctly.
I've checked if it's matched in other places. I've checked it in so many other... I've checked it in so many places. Okay, let me just watch.
Matched. So if it's matched, then I'm
Oh.
going to queue free it. So
Oh. Oh, dot matched equals true. Okay. Okay, so I don't have to do the whole... I thought I had to type out the whole rigmarole again. Oh.
QUEUE, queue free. And what I want to... Okay, all of a sudden I can't remember. Is it queue free all underscore pieces?
I didn't type this. I was trying to catch up to him. Okay. So for I and width, for j and height, if all pieces ij are not null, and if all pieces are matched, q first. What's q first mean? What does this function mean? Not found in base self. What?
ij, or is it ij, or is it all pieces ij dot q free? I think it's all pieces ij dot q free. We'll find out in a second if I'm right or if I'm wrong. All pieces.
This is why you sit and watch first, because this guy's not sure how to write the code. I wasn't sure. And he's catching himself in his own mistakes. This is why you watch first.
All right, cool. So this is a really
oh, Q free. Why did I type Q first? Did he have Q first? I don't know. I'm gonna copy what he has now. All pieces I J dot Q free. Nothing's getting mad at me.
On destroy timer timeout. So when that timer finishes, I'm just going to call destroy matched. So I can get rid of these pass statements since I don't need them anymore. And I can get rid of this one. Now I just have to start the timer. So and I can get rid of this one.
Oh, matched. ED.
Now I just have to start the timer. So to start the timer, I'm going to go to where I'm finding matches. And at the end of find matches, outside of all of my for loops and my if statements, I'm just going to call, I'm just going to start the timer. Now I need to have a reference to that timer though. So I'm going to grab it. So I'm going to do get parent. And from the parent, I want to get the node of destroy timer. And what I want to do with destroy timer is start. Gosh, I'm so inconsistent with this. I'm getting better, but I'm so inconsistent about ending my lines with semicolons versus not. I am sorry. All right, so I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save all scenes. I'm gonna go out of distraction free mode so I can see my debug statements. Yeah, and let's try this out.
I'm gonna wait and see if it works for him first.
So let's make a match. Cool.
Oh, okay, it worked for him. Let's see if it works for us. Get this up so you can see. All right, let's see if it works. Oh, it works! It works! Yo! Oh, and I can't. Oop! I broke it. I broke it. Yeah, it couldn't because it was null. I just wanted to see what would it do. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh, that is so good. Oh, I broke it now. It's broken. Okay. Let me break your game. Let me break your game. Oh, don't swap with that. Don't swap with that. Okay. I'll break it. Stick. Stick. Like, just getting, like, even though, like, I'm half retaining everything and understanding some of this stuff, I get the joy of when I make it work. Don't 100% understand how it's working, but it's working. Love it.
Now, haha, see that? I made a, let me just go through that again just to make sure everybody saw what happened.
Did you do what I did?
If I make a match, okay, so they're gone. Now if I pull into that blank space where there was a piece but there isn't a piece anymore, it has an issue. And the reason why is I'm trying to call move on something that doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to have to do, oh, okay, well, hold on, I'll be right back. Oh, okay, well, I'm back now. Okay, so what I want to do is when I destroy the piece, so I'm going to go back here to my destroy matched. After I queue free it, I'm going to set all pieces ij to null. And then
all pieces I J. No.
When I'm moving pieces around, which I'm doing touch difference, swap pieces. So in swap pieces, I want to make sure before I go anywhere else that first piece and other piece aren't null. So in swap pieces method, first thing I do is declare the first piece and the other piece. So before I go any further, I'm going to say if first piece does not equal null and other piece does not equal null. Then I can do all the rest of this. So now I'm going to have to indent each of these lines.
Null and other.
So there, I'm only doing this if first piece is not null and if, not what I meant to do, if first piece is not null and if other piece is not null. So let me save all my scenes and that should fix it, but let's find out.
Let's find out together.
Okay, so let's make a match, goes away. And now I can swipe into there without causing any problems. I can make another match, goes away. I can swipe into there without any problems. Another match, goes away. Another match, goes away.
Awesome.
I can do all kinds of swiping here, but I'm not causing any problems when I'm swiping into a null space or from a null space. Okay, cool. So that's how to destroy pieces. Next we'll talk about how to collapse columns. So thank you very much for watching. If you learned,
That was pretty easy and nifty. Okay, so let me show. I didn't show. So yeah, so if I swipe and get rid of pieces, I can swipe and it won't break the game like it was before. The null space. Nice. Yay, that was easy. Hold on, I need to cough my lungs out for a second. So phlegmy. Okay. All right, that was another video done and dusted. That went by really quick. For some reason, I don't know why, but the first video felt like it took forever. I don't know. I don't have to go back and look at that much, but we also did sit and chat for a while, so time perception, hard thing for me. Okay. Okay, so collapsing columns, I guess. Moving forward. Moving on. We trucking, baby.
all right, hey there, welcome back. So here's where we left off last time. We can make matches, the matches destroy, and the world doesn't end if we try to swipe into those blank spaces. So then the next thing to do would be to collapse the columns. So first thing I'm going to do...
This is going to be exciting. Collapsing the columns is going to be so exciting for me. I'm so excited for this.
In my game window, I'm going to make another timer that I'm going to call my collapse timer. So I'm going to destroy the pieces, I'm going to have a short delay, and then things are going to collapse. So I'm going to add a timer node, and I'm going to call this one collapse timer. Collapse timer. Again, I'm going to set my wait time to be half a second. And then I'm going to go to my node.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And
okay, so 0.5. Do you put it on one shot?
And then I'm going to go to my node.
Okay. Oh,
wait. And I also want it to be one shot. So half a second.
oh, he does want a one shot. See, I knew it.
I'm going to go to my node. And I'm going to connect my timeout signal with my grid. And that'll open up the grid function, or the grid script. Now for this, let's talk about the basic logic for collapsing everything. So if I hit play, so what I want to happen is I want to, after I destroy pieces, I want to go through every piece on the grid, and if I find an empty space that shouldn't be empty, so a place that's null, I'm going to then start searching up. And if I find a piece above it that isn't null, I'm going to move that piece to this piece, and then break out of the loop, and then do it again. So like in this case, this is null, so then I would go up, I'd find this piece, and I'm going to move this piece to there, and make sure that I reset it in the grid so that it's in this piece, in this place now. And then I would break out of the loop and go up again. This is null. I'd find this piece, I'd move this piece down, go up again, this is null, and then if I go outside of the grid, there's nothing I can do. So then that would be it. I would move on to the next column. So
okay, so we're not worried. Okay, so this is great experience for me for when I eventually do my own thing, because it's like, okay, yeah. So as he explained it, let me get my visual aid here. So I can share with you my understanding of it. So we make a match. I want to make a horizontal match at the top. I'm just gonna. Okay, so we make a. Hold on, that's not gonna help my case. Hold on, restart. Okay, I want to make. So here we go. So I make a match here, right? And so he said we're gonna make a code to check if a spot is null, and if it is null, then look for a piece that's above it and then move it down. So it's like, okay, for this spot, searching. Oh, this is null. Oh, there's one right above it. I'm gonna move that down. Reset the loop. Start again. Oh, this one is the green one is now empty and null. Need to find a piece for it. Oh, there's a piece above it. Cool. Grab that yellow, move it down. Check it. Null. Okay, this one's null. It's at the top of the grid. Okay, nothing else we can do about it. Move on. And I'm like, that is great, because I would be trying to think about doing not only checking for the moving pieces down, but also trying to create new pieces at the same time. Instead of trying to just work on the particular just moving everything down part, I would be trying to do both at once, because I'm like, okay, I have to do that and I have to do that, instead of breaking it down into just doing each piece by piece. This guy, this YouTuber, let me shout him out again, even though I have links everywhere for this guy. Hold on, is amazing with breaking things down. Mr. Taft Creates. Amazing. I'm sure there's other people that do this stuff too, breaking it down, but just like the way he's breaking down each individual step for this kind of thing, it's a great blueprint for when I do my own and trying to make my own my own little game for next year. It's really great. Man, next year's only in a couple months. But it's amazing. And how and how he's just breaking down. It's just like, nope, it's just tiny little things. Don't worry about doing everything. Set out to do one minor thing. One minor thing. Amazing. Okay.
I'm going to put this right under destroy matches, just so everything is kind of together. I'm going to call this function collapse.
Okay, hold on. Destroy match is right there. He's putting this. Oh, I didn't click off. He's putting it here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it's not what I wanted at all. Okay, so he's putting it right here. We're just doing function. Did I spell collapse timer wrong? I did. Collapse is 2 L's. Who's gonna tell me? Do I need to fix this now? Hold on, let me do this. Okay, I just want to make sure all those errors were not my fault. Okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Moving on.
Apps, columns. And yeah, first thing I'm going to do is use my double for loop, which should be pretty familiar by now. So for I in...
Hold on, why are all the functions like, oh, I'm like, what is happening? All the functions turn that color. A dingus? Okay, I thought it was something special. I was like, why is it a different color than what he's got? All of my stuff is a different color than what he has. Oh my gosh, we're doing the fry
in width. And then for j in height, I'm going to say if
my favorite.
all pieces ij is null, meaning we found a null piece, then I'm going to start looping above it. So I'm going to say for, I'm going to create a new variable, k, in range, and we want to start at 1 above where we were. So we're going to go
okay, I need to
j plus 1,
hold on here.
And we're going to go until we reach the height. Now we want to check to see if this piece isn't null. If all pieces I k this time instead of j is not equal to null, then we're going to move it to that empty spot. We're going to say all pieces I k dot move, and then we have to tell it where to move. So we want to move it to grid to pixel, and in this case the column is I and the row is j, and then we want to reset it, so all pieces ij is equal to all pieces ik, so that's setting the empty spot to have the value of the thing we just moved to it. And then we want to say all pieces ik is equal to null. So we're going to make that null.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then this is really important. We have to break out of the loop. Break.
You break out of things with break! Okay. It's fine. Alright, we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do everything he just did now. So that way, I'm gonna do it and for understanding. Okay, we go. So we're gonna do new variable. For k in range, and the range is gonna be j, where we're currently at, looking for. Why is range purple? Okay, it should be fine. So j is where we're starting at. And so we want to go j plus 1, so right above it. And we want to go up to height, which is the top of the thing. So now we're checking if all pieces I k not equal to null. Then we're going to do all pieces I k. We're going to move it. Nope, hold on. We're going to move We're moving it to grid to pixel I J which is where you're starting out as, because like if it's this is null, the null piece, we're moving it to the null piece, and then all pieces I J now equal to all pieces I K and then all pieces IK turns into a null. And then we want to break the loop. Okay, cool. So so we're moving physically moving the piece down, like the image. Honestly, cannot tell you what the difference is between. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, so bad. Because I understand this part. I don't understand this. Is the move just like the physical thing? It's fine.
All right, cool. So that should be enough to do it. Let's see if I broke it or not.
I'm gonna see if he broke it first, and then I'll see if it breaks. No, hold on. Let me see if it breaks for me first, and then break for him. I think it's more exciting that way. Gotta launch the game. All right. I'm gonna break it. Oh, there's nothing to move down. Okay, we'll do this. I didn't call the timer. We didn't call the timer. The timer wasn't called. It's not gonna work for him because I don't know if he's gonna launch right now, but we didn't call the timer.
Destroy matched. I'm going to start the collapse timer.
Oh my god! See if I just listened for another second. Oh my god!
Outside of the for loops, I'm gonna do get parent dot get node, and the node I want to get is collapse timer dot start. And then when we do the collapse timer,
all right. You back it up.
I want to, and then when we do,
okay, get parent, get node, collapse timer, let's start.
The collapse timer, I want to collapse columns. I feel like I'm going through this super fast.
You are, but it is okay, my guy. Collapse. Oop. It's just really simple.
So if any of this is confusing, feel free to ask questions down below.
Okay, now I'm gonna, oh god. Let's try this again. Play. All right, I'm gonna move this over. Okay, so move was definitely the visualization of it moving, kind of like when the tween thing. But oh my god, it worked! Did you see how beautiful that was? Let's do it again. Oh, it's working! Oh, watch this! Watch this! All those pieces fell. Did you see how visually? Oh my god! I'm a dever. I almost said I'm a gamer. I'm a dever. There are definitely games like this where you gotta match things to make them fall and clear boards. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. My bad. But that was so funny. This fell into a match 3. This fell into a match 3, but it's not matching. I wonder if I do this. There we go. Okay, I do have to do better. Oh my god. Okay. But so let me redo it. I'm so sorry. I thought I had this up. It wasn't up. Look at how beautiful this is. Let's watch this. Oh, ain't no better feeling than seeing the things you're working on come to do what they need to do. Oh, look at that. Can't match there because there's no pieces. Yeah, there's definitely games like this where you have to clear out boards with matching pieces up. This one's just, oh, that's so good. Yay. Yay. It worked.
All right, cool. So I'm going to go out of distraction-free mode so I can see what's
Let's see it work out for him.
Let's hit play. All right. Let's make a match. There we go. Sweet.
His is much more jarring than mine because I changed my
and because I use that
my tween move, my tween animation, I made it, what did I do? Hold on, let me see. Let me find it. Not in here, right? Tween, yeah, it is. I did mine. Where is it at? Oh, transign, that's what it is. I think he's got, I don't remember if he's got bounce or something else, and so when he moves his pieces, they go bleh.
Move command, it still has that nice elastic bounce to it.
The elastic bounce, yeah. Oh, so the move is the move command. Okay, so that's what the difference is. So the difference is, this is what it does for, like, coding-wise, and this is what it does to make it look visual-wise. I understand now. Okay.
So,
because we made that move function.
Now, the next thing we need to do is just have another little timer running that refills. So, half a second after we collapse, we should refill. And we can do that just by going through here, seeing if any of these spots are null. And if it's null, generate a random piece there. And then we would just have it then check to see if there are new matches that were created or not. So, yeah, there we go. We got most of the basic mechanics down. From here on out, it's mostly fun stuff. So
mostly fun stuff, dude. We are in the fun stuff. That was fun. That was fun.
Sticking around. We're gonna make some real cool stuff coming up. I'm really looking forward to it. It's exciting.
Also, can I just say my
if you have any
tea
questions, please feel free to leave them in the
is
comments.
at the perfect temperature and to milk ratio right now, and it is bringing me so much joy. It's a little tougher with the twining tea, but I got it this time, and it is beautiful, and it's delicious. Like, look at it. But now look at this game. Look at it. Look at it. Bam. Oh, it's so beautiful. Correct. Welcome on in. How you doing? I'm doing well. We just finished video 11 of this. Oh, part 13. Finished part 13 of making a match 3. I have it pinned. It should be pinned above the chat. And we're following just a tutorial series on experimenting with Godot and making a match 3 game right now. And we just finished that. And look at it. It's doing what it needs to do. So it checks for a match, like, after, even if it falls into a match. Let me move this down. Oh, never mind. It checks after when you do another click. That still works, so. See, like, right here, it's match 3. It's not going to register it until I make another move, so let me do that here. Then it notices it. Cool. So, yay! It looks like the next step is going to be refilling the board. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, refilling the columns. How long is
so today?
A lot of these videos, this last batch of videos for this series has been only 8 minutes, and it's been wonderful. That last one was 6 minutes. Nice. Do you do coding as well, Kovac? Do you do the coding? Game deving? I'm new. I've on and off learned how to code throughout my life. Like, I did computer science. Computer science was fun in high school. So long ago. But I'm back into it, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Like, I have game ideas, and, like, I create, and I would like to make a game, but, you know. Ugh. Just learning at the moment. Nice. Same here. We're learners here. We have one chatter who comes in every so often, and he's like a pro, and it's like cool. That's awesome. And he like hates this nesting is not my fault. Where's the one nesting? It's horrible, and I hate the find match. Look at this. Look at this monstrosity. It's not my fault. The tutorial made me do it. But yeah, it's just funny how he's like nesting. Ooh. Like, I don't mind nesting if it's only a couple thingies in, but if it's a mess like that, no, thank you. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so it's 1 o'clock. Still have about an hour. So we're doing good. And like I said, these last few videos have been really short, which have been nice, and it feel like we're gaining momentum. And breaking things down into tiny little steps is definitely helpful for me. All right, we're gonna start the next video, part 14? Part 13. We're on part 13.
Doing here is we're going to be making it so that when I swap my pieces disappear, and then not only do the columns collapse, but also new pieces spawn in where I have some empty spaces. So let's get to it.
Oh my gosh, he's using video. Oh my god, he's using. What are you doing using?
Okay, welcome back.
Like music, dude.
So here's where we left off.
He didn't do that in the other videos. He used whatever's like do 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 music. He used like actual like DMCA music. This was 7 years ago though. I don't think they were as strict back then. But oh my gosh.
We can swap our pieces. They'll know that they're matched. They'll destroy, and the columns will collapse. So what we're going to work on today.
Containers, will you please report to the football field? Mr. President, to have the water turned on for the kids to have on the practice field. Thank you.
Okay, so welcome back.
Oh my god, he didn't edit that out! Oh my god, he must have recorded it like, because he said he was back to school, so I'm not sure if he's a student or a teacher or a TA. That's so funny. He didn't edit out that announcement. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so human. That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
So here's where we left off last time. We're able to... Okay, so welcome back. So here's where we left off last time. We're able to swap pieces.
He didn't edit this at all, this one.
And after a match is detected, it'll destroy the pieces and collapse the columns. So what we're going to be doing today is just going through and having it, after it collapses the columns, go through and check to see where everything is. And if anything is empty, we're going to generate a new piece in that spot. So this is going to be relatively simple as far as what we've been doing before. So again, we're just going to go
It'll be relatively simple too. The last couple things have been simple too.
That's empty. We're going to refill that with a new piece. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add another timer that I'm going to call refill timer.
Okay, adding a new timer. We're going to go to game window. We're going to add a child node. We're going to create a new timer, and he called it refill timer. I know my naming conventions are completely different from this, but this is... Leave it.
So I'm going to add a new node, which is a timer node, and I'm going to name this refill timer. I'm going to set this to be a one-shot timer, and I'm going to put my wait time on this to be 0.5. I'm going to, actually, what did I set my other ones to? Oh hey, cool, they're at 0.5 too. So I'm going to go to my node, my signals. I'm going to connect the timeout signal with the grid.
Connect it.
And so it already makes a nice function there. All right, cool. So let me put my grid into distraction-free mode here, and I'll come back to this in just a second. So I got my functions to destroy matched and to collapse columns, so I'm going to make another one that I'm going to call refill columns.
Nice.
So we're going to call this
function
refill columns. So what I'm going to do with this is, just like I said, I'm going to loop through everything, And if I find an empty spot, I'm going to create a piece there. But just like before, I don't want to create a piece that's already going to have a match. So up here, when I was doing spawn pieces, I checked to see if there was going to be a match at that spot. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to check to see if there's going to be a match, and so long as there's not a match, then I'm going to spawn that piece. So I'm going to be using a bunch of this code here. So I might as well just kind of grab this.
I'm curious. So like I mentioned before, a lot of this is like, oh, I'm just basically rewriting the same thing over and over again. And what he's doing right now is that the spawn piece function that we have. I'm just wondering, because he's copying it right now, and he said he's going to use a lot of it. So I don't know if it just makes it easier to refer to the spawn pieces thing. But no, the spawn pieces thing would start. We wouldn't be able to use that function as a whole because it goes through every single piece. It doesn't check if there's a null or not. It's start off because it's blank to start off, so it doesn't check for null. You would have, if you wanted to refer to that instead of rewriting it. But I guess, yeah, instead of rewriting it, then you would have to check for null, I guess, logically in my brain. I like how my brain is already starting to connect pieces with this. I've noticed that with a couple different things lately. My brain has been like, after I've been steeping in a certain type of thing for a while, my brain makes logical jumps to that. So like so we're getting to that point where it's working for coding. Crocheting, all week I've been doing that. It's just like, wait, I could combine these two techniques to make it different. Like the solid granny square that I've been doing, it's like, oh, I want to do this kind of technique, but it's not doing it with the solid granny square that I've been using, so let me finagle it to make it fit kind of thing. So, but now it's doing it for coding and stuff, so this is really good. This is good! This is a good sign!
And paste it down into my refill columns method. That way I can change what I need to.
Okay, so I'm going to do that too then. Spawn pieces! Let's just make sure nothing's blocking. You can see. I'm going to go to spawn pieces, spawn pieces. Wait, what did... Oh. Hold on. Right. Mine is different. Okay. Mine is very different because his method doesn't work for the current Godot. So this is going to be an interesting one. I thought this was going to be another easy peasy because this video is only 8 minutes. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste, and I'm going to watch and see what he does and see if I can, again, doing the mishmashing of different techniques and see if I can get it done here.
Copy it and then paste it down into my refill columns method. That way I can change what I need to.
Okay.
So for I and width, J and height.
Oh my god. Wait, where did I copy that from? Hold on. Oh, that's swap pieces, not spawn pieces. Oh my god. I'm glad oh my god. Okay. Spawn pieces, you dingbat. Oh. I think it's still slightly different. Yeah, it is still slightly different. So I'm still gonna have to do the same thing, but I'm like, why does it look so wildly different? Like, I don't have any of the for I and width for J and height shit. Oh my god, okay. So this current, what we're looking at right here, is what I got from the comment section of a previous video that for spawning in the pieces, because his method of doing everything doesn't exist in current state of Godot anymore. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch him do his changes that he does to his code. to make it work for what he's doing. And then I need to do the same thing parallel to what he's doing to my code. I'm gonna have to pay attention. Pay attention, everybody. All right, let's go.
Totally fine. I'm going to choose a random number. Now, we're only going to do any of this if the current spot is null. So we're going to say if all pieces ij, j is null, then we're going to do all of this. So one way that you can indent a whole bunch of lines at once is if I choose them all and just press the tab button, and then they're all indented. So what we're doing here is we've got refill columns for I in width, j in height. If the current space is null, we're going to choose, let me indent this comment too. We're going to choose a random number and we're going to store it as rand. Then we're going to create a piece, which is going to be that, that random number from our pieces array. We're going to set our loops to 0, and we're going to loop through to make sure that we don't go too many times, to make sure that we're not spawning a piece in a place where we would already create a match. Then we're going to create that as a child of the grid, set its position, and set it to be the right thing in.
Okay, he just said a whole bunch of stuff. My brain is melting, but okay. I think I'm at the point where I can't intake anymore, so I think after this video, I mean this tutorial video, I think it's good. I think my cap out for intaking new stuff is 2 hours. That's pretty good. That's how long like my classes used to be. All right, so now basically the only thing we're adding is this if statement. So if all pieces I j equal to null, and we take everything and indent it. Indente. Aha. Perfect. And then he was talking about something else.
Our array. So cool. So on our refill timer timeout.
Oh, he was just talking about, okay, he wasn't talking about adding anything new, he was just re-explaining everything. Okay.
Call refill columns. So
yeah, so just exactly like what I said. This is so instead of creating this new function, couldn't I just go up here to spawn pieces and do that? And just add in, or would it break things? You want to break things? I think we should try to break things. Okay, before we do all this. Excuse me for a hot minute. I'm gonna make everything a comment. Oh. A poor baby. My cat just puked a little. It's okay, Ark's on it. Okay, so I'm gonna make all of this a comment. Just to clear it out. Okay. So I'll comment it out. Y'all can see. And then I'm just going to add this line up into the spawn, not swap, spawn, not swap. Because they all start off as null anyways. Hold on. Indent. And then instead of calling on that function, I can just call on the spawn function. Hi, baby! You go pukies? You okay? Baby boy, you got gunk in your... I'm gonna be done soon. Boy. Aw, Sticky comes to mommy. Stop rubbing on my headphones. Okay. Let me finish watching this video and
Refill
make sure.
columns. All right. I can get rid of these pass statements here. I have a tendency to keep the pass statement when I don't need to, just because I really don't like seeing those red lines. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these pass statements.
Spawn pieces.
Okay, cool. And because I want, there we go. I'm gonna be just a little bit picky about how this shows up. All right, cool. I'll get rid of one more. I know this is probably like the most boring content.
See if I broke. Okay,
Ever,
I'm gonna wait and
bear
see
with me. All right, cool.
him roll his.
So I'm gonna set up my scenes. You don't have to, but I like to do it before I do anything. Get out of distraction-free mode so that I can see the output. And let's play. So, all right, I'm gonna swap that. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually start my timer. So
Oh, you didn't start the timer.
let's start my timer. So I want to refill after I collapse. So down here, I'm going to have to, oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna have to do get parent dot get
Okay, under
node.
collapse column.
And the node I want to get is the refill timer dot start. All right, that's better. So
Go on, get parent. Get node. Refill timer. Dot start.
let's hit play. And let's make a match. And there we go. Simple as that. So there's
Okay. Let's try it. I'm gonna make sure you can see this time. Make sure you can see. Got it selected. Showing the eyeballs. Okay, let's see if it works. Start with something simple. Oh, yo. Yo. Did not need, see, I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Yeah, did not need to make that whole new function. Like, now the thing is though, I don't know if that's gonna bite me down the line. In that, you know, his coding, you need it separate for a reason. If I'm gonna leave this here, all grayed out and commented. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there, so in case we do need to have it. But it works. I didn't need to make a whole new function. I just fixed the function we had. Because, like, literally, only thing he added... Like, the only thing he added was the if statement. And at the beginning of the game, it's true that all of the pieces are null. Oh my god, we have a functioning game. Like, it doesn't keep score right now, but it's functioning. Where is it? There it is. Oh. Except that when it, so, okay, almost functioning. We don't have it so that when it slides down, it, when it makes its own, it doesn't detect that yet, but just fine. But we, look at this, we're just, look at this! Ah! I'm so good! So many matches, so many matches. It works! It freaking works. Ah, I'm so proud of myself too for figuring that out, being like, yo, I don't need to do a whole new function if that's the only difference we're doing. Just, I gotta be my own hype person sometime, you know what I'm saying? You can't hype yourself up. I don't know where I was going. That's so hype, so exciting. Yes. Okay. I think I have time. I have brain space for one more because this next one it's only 6 minutes, and it's just sliding the pieces in. So I guess it's adding a tween where they come in like a wrecking ball. No, instead of just like popping into existence, it's probably them sliding in. So I could probably do
A
that.
few issues here. First of all,
Finish this
as
video
soon as we
first.
make a move, you can keep making moves no matter what. There's nothing that's making sure that you can only make a move once everything's settled. So we're going to fix that by adding a state machine here relatively quickly. The other
Oh, we're adding
problem
more.
is
Good thing I
if
didn't
make
skip.
a move that doesn't make a match, like say those two, nothing moves it back. So that might be how you want things to work. I mean, that's how Puzzle and Dragons works, but we're going to change that. So the other thing we're going to do is, if you notice, our pieces just kind of pop into existence. It'd be cooler if we had a nice effect where they were kind of sliding in. So the next thing we're going to add is that slide in. Then we're going to talk about state machines.
Okay.
And then we're going to make it so that our pieces move back to where they were. So pretty
Okay,
quick
cool.
video
So
today,
not
I
doing the
know.
state machine.
But shouldn't be too bad. It's a nice function. We got a lot of the functionality here. So for the most part, there's a few housekeeping things to do, and it's going to be fun stuff from there on out. So if you learned anything new today, feel free to give me a like. You can still give me a like if you didn't learn anything new. Nobody's, keeping track. And if you want to, you can ask any questions in the comments down
You're such
below.
a good boy.
You
Okay,
can
how's
join
your
my Discord,
tum-tum?
where I'm chatting pretty much every day.
How's
You
your
can follow me on
tum-tums?
Twitter to find out when I post a new video.
If only he could tell me.
And yeah,
Okay.
you guys have yourself.
Sliding pieces in.
All right, so here's what we're going to be learning today. So the way it is right now, if I swap my pieces, before those pieces were just appearing out of nowhere. So today we're going to be adding a new.
Oh, he's doing a
effect
little
where they
intro now to be
drop
like,
in
hey,
from
here's what we're
above.
doing
So
and
just show
how.
you that again,
Okay.
and they drop in. So let's get started.
Hey! Stop with this. Oh, stop with this copyrighted music. Stop it. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it.
All my pieces, match is detected, columns collapse, and then new pieces start. What I want to do
Sorry,
here
I keep
is
coughing and clearing my throat. Still getting over sickness. It's like lingering. Oh, Tobias, get off the desk. Get off. What are you doing? I'm almost done, buddy. I'm almost
I want to
done.
make it so that I have a little bit of an effect.
Hold on, let me see if I can, if he wants me to escort him to his food bowl. 1 second. Can I escort to your food bowl? Did not want to go to the food bowl. He did not want to go to the food bowl, but he's fine. He'll be fine. I'm almost done. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Pieces come in, these new pieces, rather than just popping into existence. I want them to kind of fall in from outside of the scene, which will make it a little bit more, pleasant to look at least more interesting. So we already have most of the code needed for this. We have a move method in the pieces themselves that uses a tween node, and that's how we have that nice, cool looking elastic feel. So let's use that to our advantage and get started here. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at my refill pieces method here, which we created last time. So down here in my refill pieces.
Oh no. He's doing the thing. He's okay. So the refill pieces method. Refill column, you mean?
Right now, I'm adding my piece directly where it should be.
Okay, so he's using this. I'm going to see if I can do it in this bond pieces So like, you know, I guess it'll, yes, I'll do it in here, and maybe it'll add some flair to when they first spawn, when I launch the game. Who knows? It may break, and that could be why we had the separate function. We'll find out today. We'll find out.
What I want to do instead is I want to add it a certain amount above where it should be, and then use the move method to move it to where it should be. So in order to do that, I'm going to declare a variable up here in my global variables.
Ooh, global
I'm
variables.
Call that y offset. And let's see, where should I put that? I got my touch variables, I got my pieces, my piece array, I got my grid variables. Might as well put it with grid variables here. So
Grid variable?
I'm going to do this as an export. And this is going to be an integer. I'm going to call it var y offset. And this is going to be how much above everything I want the piece to start, and then I'm going to have it move to where it should be. So to make sure I remember how to use that move method, I'm going to go down here and take a look at my swap pieces. So move, and I have to tell it what pixel coordinate I want it to move to. Okay.
Yeah, my brain is definitely checking out right now, so...
Here, where
2 hours is definitely the magic amount of time to code.
I'm going to set its position not to ij, but rather, let's say I and then j minus that y offset. So remember that in Godot, upper left-hand corner is 0, 0. So if I do minus offset, that's actually going to be above just plain j. And then I'm going to have it move to where it should be. So I'm going to say piece.move, and I want it to move to its actual position, to grid to pixel ij. Okay, cool. So I'm going to save this. So I'm going to save all my scenes. Let's pop out so that I can set that y offset in here.
Okay, he's moving, he's moving, he's on the move. Okay, where are we going? We're going to the inspector? What has he clicked on? He's clicked on grid. There we go, y offset.
So I'm going to start with a y offset of, say, 5, which will put it 5 rows above where it should be. Let's try this out. So let's play this scene.
Yeah, it works for him.
All right, so let's make a match. All right, cool.
Oh my god, that is so jarring because he's got the balance. It's so jarring. Okay, let's see how it works for me. That was cool. So what y'all didn't see it because I don't know how to capture it that fast. But when they spawned in, why is it coming from above? I mean, from below. It should be coming from above, right? That is so funny. I don't think he's gonna notice because of his bouncy shit. So bouncy.
5 is probably a bit too much though, because
yeah, 5
the
is too much.
Method requires that it happens only in a certain amount of time. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Let's say 2. And let's play the scene and let's see how that changes our movement here. So make a match, column collapse. That's a little bit better. All right, cool.
Okay, let me reset mine. Oh, I don't think I did it. Reset. Hold on. Yeah, it's coming from below. So it's not minus J. I think it's got to be like a plus J. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's so much better. Yeah, so it's not supposed to be a minus. It should be a plus because it's coming from above. I know we had a bunch of plus and minus issues before, like a couple weeks ago with the whole, like, oh, yeah, messed up. That looks good. Even 2 seems like it's a lot. What if I just do... What if I just do... Catch that for you. Yeah, I like the 1 better. Yeah, 1 is definitely good. He still got 2 minutes in this video, so I wonder...
Now, our pieces are still just appearing when we hit play, which I think is actually fine. I think they don't need to slide in at first. I think it's just when they're being refilled that it probably looks better if they're sliding in instead of just appearing out of nowhere. However, if you yourself wanted them better.
Hold on.
All right, so...
Let me go back to his
cool.
coding.
So I'm going to save.
Yeah, he's doing the minus offset, and the offset is a plus. Yeah. I'm just paranoid about...
So match, column collapse. That's a little bit better. All right, cool. Now, our pieces are still just appearing when we hit play, which I think is actually fine. I think they don't need to slide in at first. I think it's just when they're being refilled that it probably looks better if they're sliding in instead of just appearing out of nowhere. However, if you yourself wanted them to slide in at the beginning of the game too, you would just have to change your piece dot position, change these 2 rows right here. I'll even show you. I'll copy this, and then I'll go up to where I'm first creating the pieces, spawn pieces.
Yeah, he's just copying stuff from it. It's basically what I did. I'm using the same for both. Okay.
And I got 1 too many indents, so let's fix that. And that should make it so that they're going to slide in to begin with. But see, it happens so quickly that you almost don't even notice it. So for me, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's fine just to have them start. It's just the popping into existence that's the issue. So, all right, cool. Again, another fast video today. Few things we have to talk about before we can start getting into some really fun stuff. So first, we're not chaining anything. So if I make a match, there could be another match on the board, and it won't be deleted until I make another move. So we need to fix that. We need to make a state machine so that once you move, you can't move again.
Oh no. It's spawning in pieces and making matches. Because that was the whole point of we want to check and make sure it's not spawning in anything that's... It's because it's checking to the left. It's because it's only checking to the left. Because let me hide this. So that made a match. And I know in some games that happens. Like, it's like, oh, it spawns in pieces, and oh, it spawned in certain pieces to make it a match. Cool, cool. Awesome sauce. It was not a huge thing. But reason he did that was because he wanted to avoid spawning in matches. But that's a potential thing that could happen because it's only checking to the left. I'm disconnected. Okay, stream dropped? We good? We Gucci? Stream dropped. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was weird, but okay. I won't stay on much longer. But so yeah, that's gonna be a potential issue. If that, like, what we're trying to do is to keep it from matching anything when it spawns in pieces. It's gonna do that, or else why even bother with when you spawn in pieces to refill the columns? Then what's the point of you bothering? Like, it's fine. Like, I don't care. But if you're doing, that's the whole point, is that you want to make sure no matches are going to be spawned in. Then you have to check both the left and the right. Maybe that's why you have a separate function for refilling the columns, but he doesn't have it to check the right at all. Because it goes to check at match at. So we'd have to go check match at. And match at only... Okay, so it's not... it's not that the function of spawning is checking. It's calling on match at check. I see. That's just a potential thing then to look out for, because... But once we have it starting to do things, I'm sure it'll be fine. By do things, I mean like auto check when you spawn in, like, oh, it matched when things fell down or whatever. That's the spawning in. It's fine. It's fine. It's just something that I noticed because of what I've intook so far of deving. Cool. But yeah, wow, yeah, so the stream had dropped and that's not fun. Well, at least it was near the end, so finish off this video, just see if there's anything else he's gonna add.
Again, until everything's all settled. And we need to make it so that if we make a move that doesn't make a match, the pieces swap back. So like, for example, if I were to swap these two, we want them to swap back. So that's what's going to be coming up next this week. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the description down below. You can...
Awesome. All right, so what did we learn today? We destroyed matched pieces, collapsed columns, refilled the columns, and made it look pretty. That's a pretty decent day. That is a pretty decent day. Good job. Good job, me. Alright, so that's going to be it for me today. I will be back next Sunday, as I always am. Not always, but as I've been keeping up with, is just beautiful Sundays. Why don't I do Saturdays? I don't remember why I don't do Saturdays anymore, but Sundays work. Tobias! He's eating the carpet. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you everybody for watching. Follow me on my socials, all that fun stuff, shilling and... Not shilling, but you know, advertising myself, talking about myself. Follow me on the stuffs. If you like it, follow, subscribe, all that good jazz. That's gonna be it for me today. Thank you everybody for watching. Appreciate y'all, and I will see you all next weekend. Bye-bye!